2022, with the expectation to complete the plan by early 2023. This process will call on public input and feedback at all stages of plan development as we continue to address the needs of our growing city and the residents that we serve. I would now like to call upon Councilwoman Schultz to introduce this year's award recipient. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jaime Resendez. I represent District 5. I wish I could have joined y'all this morning. I'm a huge advocate for micro-mobility lanes, and I also want to make sure that we focus on the equity aspect of it. Like I say, I represent District 5, and bike lane infrastructure is pretty much non-existent. And so I try to get on my bike as often as possible, get out there on the Trinity Forest Trail, the AT&T Trail. But I do want to make sure that that we recognize a former colleague of ours, Mr. Lee Kleiman, who has been a strong advocate for these issues, and who's also a person that used to who would ride his bike from his house to City Hall. So here I'll read the whereas clauses. Whereas bicycle commuting is good for the health, tourism, economy, and environment of the city of Dallas, and whereas bicycle commuting is an effective means of improving air quality, reducing automobile congestion, and conserving energy, and whereas the citizens of Dallas are leaders in the promotion of greater public awareness of bicycle operation and safety education in an effort to reduce accidents, injuries, and fatalities while increasing ridership. And whereas former council member Lee Kleiman chaired the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee of the Dallas City Council and was a delegate to the North Central Texas Council of Governments Regional Transportation Council. And whereas Mr. Kleiman advocated for bicycle infrastructure and micromobility access in his various roles throughout his tenure on the Dallas City Council. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and council members of the city of Dallas, do hereby extend special recognition this Wednesday, October 20th, 2021, to Mr. Lee M. Kleiman for Bike to City Hall Day 2021 in recognition of his ongoing efforts to support bicycle commuting as a means of transportation for Dallas residents.
Thank you very much. My name is Janie Schultz. I am the council member from District 11. So that's Councilmember Kleiman's recognition, and every year we give this award to someone else. I'd actually, on behalf of Mr. Kleiman, I accept this recognition and thank him for his dedication in serving the residents of Dallas and his leadership in supporting bicycle awareness. I actually think that in his spirit and in the spirit of growing this, we ought to turn this into an annual Bike to Work Day and do this across the city. So maybe we can get that started in his honor this year. It is my honor and privilege to say a few words and thanks to Lee Kleiman. He's been my mentor, supporter, teacher, and friend since he appointed me to serve on the City Plan Commission in 2014. I've never met anyone who fought harder for the city of Dallas. He was willing to give up so much to help citizens save money, improve public safety, and build a more beautiful city for all of us. His tireless efforts on behalf of the North Haven Trail and all micromobility will be a gift we treasure for generations to come. Thank you, Lee, for giving so much of yourself to all of us. I'm so proud to call you my friend, and let's get this project going. It's such an exciting day to celebrate past leadership and recognize what we have achieved so far. However, there is so much more to accomplish. We all play an active part in the process, and we urge residents to stay involved as we make important decisions that will impact the bike system in Dallas and the future for bicyclists for years to come. We would like to thank Downtown Dallas Inc., Bike DFW, and other local bike organizations for their collaboration on this event. Lastly, we want to thank all of you, the people who rode along with us today to help make this event a success. I'll now turn it over to Mayor Pro Tem West.
Thanks. Thank you, Councilwoman Schultz. We do have one of our fellow council members join us. I'd like to ask if he'd like to say a few words. Chairman Tennell Adkins, who chairs the Economic Development Committee. I'm very happy to have him with us this morning.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem West. It's a pleasure to be here. I miss one person, Lee Kleiman. Having of you ride a bicycle with no brakes, raise your hand. No one? Oh, a real biker. That's what Lee Clymer used to do. He's ride all the way from his district to City Hall with no brakes. Until one day we said, Lee, we might miss you one day, so please put some brakes on your bike. But this is a great day and a great day to be here. Thank Mayor Pro Tem for bringing this together, to bring the awareness of riding the bikes to downtown. I wish I could ride the bikes downtown, but it's a long way from District 8 to downtown. It's too many hills to climb. But again, it's a good event. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor West, Pro Tem West, for doing this. Thank you very much.
All right, just a couple closing comments, and we'll take any questions if the media has it. One thing that's exciting we forgot to mention is that Council recently, the Transportation Committee under the leadership of Chairman Omar Narvaez just created a pedestrian and micro-mobility task force, which has the goal of looking at city policies and to digging into them to see, are these policies representative of things besides just cars? The first thing that the committee will be tackling, which is co-chaired by myself and Council Member Jesse Moreno, is to look at the scooters and bringing scooters back to the city in a way that works for everyone. So we're excited to dig into that first thing, and then bring that on to full council for their for their comments as well. Lastly, I want to thank Mina and Ashley, my staff, who really did a lot of the work behind the scenes to pull us together today. And I want to thank Districts 14, Districts 2, for their work with, and quite a few other people, for their work with co-hosting this with us. Also, Heather McNair, Amanda Popkin, I know they worked on this tirelessly. Yes, we all know them. Yeah. And both of those two ladies have been pushing for the micromobility and pedestrian task force as well. So it's a big win for us as a city, and also for them for getting us to this point today where we have that task force. Bike DFW, Dallas Bike Coalition, Bike Friendly Oak Cliff, Bike Mart, Pedigo, DDI, of course, Dallas PD, who kept us safe on the way here. It should always be that safe for cyclists, walkers, runners, people on scooters. It really should always be that safe. And we as a city have got to do better about our infrastructure to make sure it gets that way. Because you're not in fear for your life most of the time when you're in a car. But if you're a runner, if you're a cyclist, there's a lot of really scary moments out there when you're crossing our intersections. Thank you to our Communications, Transportation Department, Building Services and Security, and of course to the staff for all of the council districts that host this. So let's give one last round of applause, and we'll take some questions. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, Chairman Atkins. You're on the hot seat.
On the hot seat.
He's used to it.
What is it? Oh, she referring to this night bite. She's talking about what happened at the Highland Hills apartment. The update is that the resident is still staying in a hotel tonight. Hopefully at Apple Energy we'll get the gas turned back on tomorrow morning. Right now, the investigation going on. There was a bullet shot the day before. The investigation showed that a bullet penetrated one apartment to the next apartment to hit a gas line that caused explosion. It's still ongoing investigation. The person is incarcerated as we speak now. Right now, my heart is out to all the firemen who still got to recover. A long way to recover. The resident is trying to get relocated back to permanent housing, but right now it's a great day that no one lost a life. But we are here today in the city of Dallas to do what we do best. We take care of our own. Just like, the firemen, we're going to take care of the firemen, we're going to take care of the resident. Thank you.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, I know, I see where you're going with that. So the question is, in terms of the 2011 bike plan, what is the next steps moving forward with that? I'm going to ask our Director of Transportation, Gus, if he could join us. He's here today as well. And I have to say this about Gus and his Supervisor Majid Al-Ghafri, very supportive of micromobility. I've been very happy and I'm excited about working with them because they've been very proactive. So Gus, you want to take this?
Good morning. My name is Ghassan Concarli. I'm the Director of the Department of Transportation. And I want to thank, obviously, the council members, Mayor Pro Tem, for your support. So thank you so much. So if the question about what's next about the bike plan, we're working right now on procuring the services of a consultant for the next step to update the bike plan. We expect to be on council agenda either in December or January to get that to council and begin the work on the update of the next bike plan. And like Mayor Pro Tem West mentioned, the expected substantial completion should be in early 2023.
Any final questions? Well, my personal opinion is that we're behind and we need to catch up with other cities on being more bike friendly. I think we're hitting a stride now that we haven't hit before by the city manager fully funding our bike plan as requested, $2 million, and with updating our 2011 bike plan. So I think that is generally we're taking a step in the right direction, but we as a city are very reliant on cars, and we've got to look at changing that as we get more dense and as more opportunities come available. But we can't ask our residents to go out there and ride a bike, walk to work if it's not safe, and that's becoming on us as a city to make sure we give them the infrastructure so they do feel safe. Gus, do you feel, are you able to speak on statistics in terms of how we compare to other cities? We can get you that information perhaps after this. You can trade contact info with Gus for more specifics. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.